Hello world, Geriatric Geek here. How in the heck are you? I hope you're doing great. Another beautiful morning here in North Las Vegas. Welcome to my little video. I'm going to look at some Goodwill thrift finds that I happened on this week. These, as you're going to see, are a little different for the old geek. I'm a big horror fan, as you guys know. Literally none of these are horror films that I know that I can remember. Anyway, my wife was with me. She kind of helped, make the decision about getting these things. So, before I start, I want to just say, if any of you guys are looking for and do thrifting, make it part of your routine to get to know the people that work in the areas that you do your thrifting. At this particular Goodwill, I happen to have made friends with, acquaintances with, a couple of the staff members there, and trying to keep on a good foot with them. So much so that when they get new stuff in, they always say, hey Bill, hey Mr. Geek, we've got these in, check them out. Sometimes they even bring them out. They were going to stock the shelves eventually, but sometimes they bring them out a little early or when I'm there, because I've fostered a good relationship with them. And so what I'm trying to say is keep this good, positive relationship with the people you deal with every day. And sometimes it pays off. As in this case, I was in the Goodwill looking dutifully through the all the stuff, as I do on every Wednesday. And one of the little employees came up and said, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "Good, right. Hey, I've got a bunch of stuff that one person donated that we just processed, and I think maybe you might be interested." So he rolled them out, and I got first look, which is pretty cool, I think. Everything I didn't take immediately got put on the shelves. So okay, enough quibbling, enough talking. I want to show you what we picked up. Like I said, my wife was with me, and she was very interested in what he brought out. So all of these, I'll be able to watch with her rather than me having to watch by myself, because she doesn't watch horror movies. But anyway, the first thing we found out. So all of these, like I said, probably 7 or 8 of these were all from the same, evidently donated by the same person. The first thing is an MGM version of Marty. You know who that guy is on the front of this? That's right, Ernest Borgnine. That's right, he is from McHale's Navy. That's where I knew him from. Be honest with you, I did not see this when it came out in 1955. It's not rated, it's black and white, it's 90 minutes long. But I did see Ernest Borgnine in 1962 when he played McHale on a PT-73. It was on ABC. It was a television series. Let me know if you guys have seen McHale's Navy and what you thought of it. Ernest Borgnine, loved it. So interested in this one. This movie won 4 Academy Awards. Crazy. It's not, like I said, it's a romantic drama, if you will, and it's not, something I would choose necessarily, but for my wife, she wanted it, so we're going to check it out. I've never seen this movie. Let me know down below if you guys have seen any of these and what you thought. I've been looking for a girl every Saturday night of my life, says Marty. Yet despite all his efforts, this 34-year-old Bronx butcher remains as shy and uncomfortable around a woman today as the day he was born. So when he meets Clara, a lonely schoolteacher who just smitten with him as he is with her, Marty's on top of the world. So I guess that talks about how the world's against him finding a mate. So anyway, Marty, that's the first one. Notice what he has in his hand. You don't see cigarettes being used or advertised much anymore. Next up, Doris Day and Brian Keith in With 6 You Get Egg Roll. 1968, 94 minutes. It's G-rated. It's another rom-com. 70% of the people that watch this like it. It also, from what I was noticing, has George Carlin. Yes, the comedian is in this movie. So a lot of people think this is one of Doris Day's best. I've never seen it. I've seen some things with Doris Day and a lot of things with Brian Keith. So I'm excited. My wife's very excited to check this out. The effervescent Doris Day and rugged Brian Keith. He was in The Parent Trap, by the way. Star in a comedy romp that focuses on love and marriage and the trials and tribulations of an instant family. Day, in her last feature film role, plays Abby McClure, an independent single mom with 3 rambunctious sons. Keith portrays Jake Iverson, the father of a headstrong 18-year-old daughter. When Abby and Jake meet, fall in love, and marry, it's a union perfectly suited for towels marked his and hers. That is, until his and her kids bring chaos and turmoil into the house as they attempt to blend into a single family unit. Okay, there you go. Next up, this one's kind of for me. This was not one that was in that collection. But anyway, the season 1 of Heroes. This was one of my favorite TV shows when it was on NBC back in, 2006, I do believe. So this is season 1, not rated, 16 hours and 49 minutes worth. Basically, it's a superhero drama. Normal, everyday youngsters or teens find out they have superhero or powers, and so I loved this show. I really did. It ran for 4 seasons on NBC from 2006 to 2010, and most people that watch it like it. So I'm going to have all the seasons. I currently have, I believe I have 2 or 3. I can't remember exactly which one, but I did not have this one. As you guys will see, I got the entire thing, and it's in immaculate condition. $2.99 minus my discount for Senior Citizen Day. So I paid like $1.79, I think, for this. Discover the phenomenon that was sweeping audiences everywhere as Heroes Season 1 comes to DVD. Experience the suspense, mystery, and electrifying twists as this astonishing series follows seemingly unconnected, ordinary people around the globe who discover they have extraordinary powers. As they come to terms with their unique abilities, their risky decisions will affect the futures of everyone around them and the world. An epic journey, indeed. Really good show. If you haven't checked it out, you should. Next up, William Powell and Myrna Loy. Song of the Thin Man? Not rated, black and white, 86 minutes long, from 1947. This is a musical mystery comedy, I'm guessing. 70% of the people that watch it liked it back in the day. My wife is going to love it, I'm sure. At a charity gambling benefit aboard the SS Fortune, the tables are hot, the jazz is hotter, and before you know it, a band leader's body is growing cold. They're playing your song, Nick and Nora Charles. William Powell and Myrna Loy return as the married sleuths, rousting suspects out of bed for 4 a.m. interrogations while trying to fathom the bebop argot of 40s jazz jive. Speaking of their renowned screen chemistry, Loy once said, "It wasn't a conscious thing. If you heard us talking in a room, you'd hear the same thing. He'd tease me, and there was a sort of blending which seemed to please people." All right. Song of the Thin Man. I know nothing about this one, guys. Let me know if you've seen it. Now, I have heard of this. So, always getting these notifications. I hate that. The Second City, First Family of Comedy. That's right. How many of you guys remember the Second City? Of course, this was a TV miniseries back in 2006 about basically concerning the improv group that was based in Chicago, improv comedians. As you can see, there's a bunch of really good ones that were in the group. Jim Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, Tina Fey, Alan Arkin, Martin Short, Harold Ramis, and Mike Myers. I used to enjoy the heck out of the Second City. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it too, if you've seen it. So Second City has spawned generations of great comedians, with its emphasis on improvisation, narrative, and character instead of simple jokes. It also changed the way we think about culture while making us laugh out loud. Join hosts and Second City alums Dave Thomas, Scott Thompson, and Joe Flaherty for an uproarious, behind-the-scenes history of the troupe that incubated more than 4 decades worth of funny people. Yeah, really fun stuff back in the day. Excited to kind of check this documentary out. Second City. Okay, another one of those that was in the same group. This one with a nice little slippy dip too. What the heck? Keep getting all these messages. The 7-Year Itch with Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, this is the one, her famous, iconic, standing over a New York grate and having her dress fly up. Everybody knows that picture of Marilyn. So this is from 1955, 104 minutes, not rated, a rom-com. This film is in color. But it was only in color, apparently, because Marilyn Monroe's contract required that any film she'd be in or that she was in had to be done in color. And so thus it was. Because the director, from what I'm understanding, wanted to shoot this in black and white. And if you look at the back, you'd think it's in black and white, but anyway, that's something I was reading about it, so we'll see. This is directed by Billy Wilder. He wanted it to be done in black and white. Fast-paced comedy features the iconic scene in which Marilyn's skirt is blown up with a gust of wind. It's every man's fantasy, a summer romance with the sexiest woman he can imagine. Richard Sherman is a happily married man whose wife and son are off on vacation when his tempting new neighbor, played by Monroe, sneaks in one hot summer night to cool off in his air-conditioned apartment. How does he deal with this situation? The 7-Year Itch. Like I said, this is in has its own little slip box. Really cool. Cool stuff. All right, next up. Don't believe this was in. My wife found this one, but it's a mockumentary, I guess, of something called Best in Show, PG-13, 90 minutes, 2000. It's a comedy. Evidently, much of the dialogue in this show was improvised. So, I'm interested in watching this one myself. So, let's see. Sit, Stay, Laugh, Best in Show is the year's funniest movie. Christopher Guest directs, and many of that film's star. What? Fred Willard. Okay, so they reunite for this zany look at dog show participants. Join the fun as Mayflower Kennel Club competitors, a fly fishing shop owner from Pine Nut, North Carolina, Shih Tzu doting partners, squabbling yuppies, a dim bulb trophy wife and her ace handler, and a married couple who dream up ditties about terriers. Vie for the top prize. It's hilarious. Okay. I'm not sure about this one. But there we go. Now, I am sure about this one. This is not in that group of things, but it is from the movie series, The Librarian. This is the first, I believe, first of 3 films that led to a TV series called The Librarian, which lasted 4 seasons, which I also have. But this is the first of the movies, The Librarian. What's that? Quest for the Spear. That's not rated, 106 minutes from 2004, and it was a made-for-TV movie. Showed on TNT back in the day. It's a fantasy adventure, kind of right up my alley. To be a librarian, you must master the Dewey Decimal System. Anybody remember what that is? Ace Internet research, and if you're new librarian, save the world. Weil heads a sterling cast in a fun, fantastical, special effects-laden adventure that soars around the world from the Metropolitan Library to the Amazon jungle to the Himalayas. I really can read, I can't. Geeky Carson lands a job as the librarian, keeper of such top-secret Met treasures as Excalibur and Pandora's Box. Then the Serpent Brotherhood, seeking world domination, steals one of 3 parts of the magical Spear of Destiny from the library. Only Flynn, aided by a gorgeous bodyguard, has the know-how to thwart their plan. But does he know how to be a hero? He will, even if he has to gouge, kick, punch, brave Mayan death traps, and plunge off icy precipices every inch of the way. All right. Let me know if you guys have seen any of the Librarian movies and what you thought of them. Obviously, this was a blockbuster rental, but it's in really good shape, so glad to have that in my collection. So, all right, here's the last of, well, not the last that my wife wanted, the last in that group that she wanted me to pick up. There was like 10 others that she didn't want, so here you go. Ziegfried Girl. Of course, this is with Judy Garland and James Stewart, Hedy Lamarr, and Lana Turner. Yeah. Ziegfried Girl. Not rated, 131 minutes from 1941. It's a musical. Of course, this is based on the Ziegfeld Follies from Broadway on New York. This is set in the 1920s. High drama, beautiful women. An elevator operator, a wife of struggling concert violinist, a born-in-a-trunk vaudevillian. There are 3 different women on 3 different paths of life, yet they soon share one dream, to become a Ziegfried Girl. Lana Turner, Hedy Lamarr, and Judy Garland play the respective 3 trying for stardom in this sumptuous extravaganza. James Stewart adds to the star wattage, playing the jilted truck-driving beau of Turner's Footlight Diva. And legendary innovator Busby Berkeley brings his imaginative camera work and pacing to numbers that include Garland's massively scaled and calypso-infused Minnie from Trinidad. Sounds fun. Man, it's in a flipper case. By the way, all of these that were in this collection, still in beautiful, beautiful condition. So, yeah. My wife and I have a bunch of stuff to watch. Sounds like fun. Next up, I was not going to pick this up, but my wife said, "Hey, I like that show." I said, "Okay, there you go. Big Love, the complete first season." How many of you guys know what this is all about? Basically, let's see, it's 2006. It has 720 minutes worth. It's a drama TV series. HBO ran this from 2006, the whole series from 2006 to 2011. And it's about a Mormon fundamentalist family living in Utah as a practicing polygamist family. I believe the dude had 3 wives. I didn't watch much of this. I have seen a few episodes, but the wife liked it, so she said, "Let's pick that up." I said, "Okay," and we got it for $2.99 minus the discount. So $1.79 for the complete first season. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, let me just say, was not happy that this was on the TV network. They condemned it from the very beginning. And, well, they should. The mainstream church of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints does not, on this date, in this day and age, support polygamy. So, lots of stuff on TV concerning this nowadays. So, yeah, Big Love, the complete first season. Think having 3 wives is a dream come true? Think again. Meet Bill Hendrickson, played by Bill Paxton, a practicing polygamist who lives in suburban Salt Lake City with his 3 wives and 7 children, an independent businessman who runs a growing chain of hardware stores. Bill faces a myriad of challenges in meeting the emotional, romantic, and financial needs of his wife. There you go. The Big Love for complete first season. Excuse me. All right. Now, completely off the tracks. That's right. I picked up, and my wife was influential in this decision also, but 3 or 4 VHS tapes. Elviss's Blue Hawaii. She picked this up or wanted this one because, well, first off, we didn't have it in any form. But second off, we used to live on the island of Kauai and have visited where a lot of this movie took place, the Cocoa Palms Resort, which no longer stands because in 1992, Hurricane Iniki destroyed it. And as of this today, they're still trying to figure out if they're going to try and reopen it. But the Cocoa Palms Resort, I've actually visited there. I've seen where Elviss stayed there, one of his, the hut he enjoyed staying in. And it was quite the place back in the day. My wife and I started going there we did our honeymoon on the big island of Hawaii. But we started going to the island of Kauai, the Garden Island, and, in my opinion, the best one, in 1985. So every year from 1985 forward, we'd go back to Kauai until after we retired, we moved there for a number of years and enjoyed the heck out of it. But yeah, she wanted this one. It's a silly, over-the-top kind of a musical, but it does have some great scenery in it. So, yeah, picked up a VHS. And staying with the Hawaiian theme, we picked up the Polynesian Cultural Center presents Welcome to Polynesia, VHS rather. And, yeah, look at that. Look at that. This is 60 minutes long from 1991. 1991, guys. Basically, it talks about the Polynesian Cultural Center. It's a big ad, really, but it does show you what they offer there. And if you've never been to the Polynesian Cultural Center on the island of Oahu, you should check it out. It's run by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It has been for, I don't remember, 1963, 64, I think. And like 70% of the employees are students at the BYU there in Hawaii. This is how they pay for their tuition by working here. So really a cool place, worth a whole day's visit if you're visiting the island of Oahu. Adventurous Polynesians braving the winds and seas in search of faraway islands arrived in Hawaii more than 1,000 years ago. Today, millions journey to Hawaii to experience the adventure and beauty that is Polynesia. From the slopes of Haleakala, I have a hard time saying the names, and the fiery inferno of Kilauea to the majestic Napali coast, the charm of our island chain is unsurpassed. Join us on Oahu, where the world gathers to enjoy Waikiki, Diamond Head, Hanauma Bay, Pearl Harbor, and North Shore surfing. The Polynesian Cultural Center is on the north shore of Oahu. So yeah, there's that. And we also got another one that was, I believe that one was from 91. And this one was from, I believe, 1999. But another of the Polynesian Cultural Center's big ads. But thought we'd check it out. And my wife loves that stuff. I do too. I love Hawaii. What can I say? Kalapana. Who knows about Kalapana? Death of a Hawaiian village. That's right. This is 45 minutes long. It's a documentary. Talks about back in 1983 how the volcano Kilauea on the Big Island, where my son currently still lives. He was a fireman on the island. But back in 1983, Kilauea started erupting, and for 7 years it burped out lava. And finally, I believe 7 years later, so like in in the year of 1990, I believe this town, Kalapana, was surrounded and basically taken off the face of Big Island by Pele, the god of volcanoes, god of fire, destroyed Kalapana. So this is interesting. Death of a Hawaiian village. Can't wait to check this out. I've visited Kilauea. I've actually stood on the rim and looked down into the where it's erupting or has been erupting recently even. So neat place to visit if you ever get the chance. And also, I don't know if you guys know, but the Big Island of Hawaii has many black sand beaches because, yes, indeed, it's still growing. And the black sand beaches are beautiful if you've never seen them. So you guys, that's it. Kind of different pickups, thrifting from Goodwill here recently. And if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, hit the like button. Also subscribe. I really would appreciate it. Also hit the notification bell so that you know when I drop another video. That's it from North Las Vegas. You guys keep smiling, keep having fun, keep that positive attitude about you. And until next time, peace.